Hey team, welcome back. Today I thought I would show you guys how I draw Zombie Bob. So a few years ago I used to write and draw a webcomic called The Gentleman's Guide to the Zombie Apocalypse, and it would have hints and tips on how to maintain your dignity and be a gentleman during a zombie apocalypse. That ran for a few years, so I've drawn many zombies in my time. And one of those recurring zombies that should show up in many of the different comics was named Bob. And he's a mustache sales clerk inspired a bit by Shaun of the Dead, but poor old Bob wasn't quite as lucky as Shaun, so he was unfortunately made one of the undead. So we start off by doing the basic shape of the body. I generally always like to pencil it in first, but to be honest, when you've been drawing them for a long time, you can generally go straight to ink. But for today, I wanted to show you the method that I would often use when drawing the zombies anyway. Now, Bob himself, he's a pretty big guy, so we fill out his body now in pencil, and I'm just going to draw him exactly how he would appear normally. So this is something I used to often do when I was kind of zombifying people. So draw them in pencil first. Now we grab our ink pen. I'm using an 8 here, which is probably thicker than I'd like to, but it will show up better on camera, and it just means that some of the little details mightn't come out so good. Now, zombie eyes in my world are white circles, and they're always sunken, so we put a line underneath them. We don't do any straight lines. Everything's a bit wavy and curvy, and the mouth is always the jagged kind of ripped flesh. I like to have fun with the tie. For some reason, whenever someone wearing a tie gets bitten by a zombie, it's always through the tie, so we put a bit of zombie bite in there. And then as we ink over kind of the other clothes and stuff, what I like to do is then just put rips and tears in. I untuck the shirt, as you can see there, make his little name badge a little bit squiffy there. Because he's a zombie, we have to have some guts and gore, so I like to somewhat, like completely ignoring biology. I put guts and intestines flowing out, and of course, I like to stick a rib out the side. Uh, torn pants. That we don't kind of. You can tell a story in your head as you're kind of doing it, but I just tend to, if it kind of looks cool, we'll go with it. So the ripped pants, there's no reason why he would have lost his well, maybe there is. Maybe there's a story about why he would have lost his shoe and ripped his pants as he was trying to get away. Always a ripped kind of knee is really good. Um, I've torn off one of his hands, so we put a little of a stump there. And then what we do is get rid of the pencil line. So erase all knowledge of living Bob. Um, I don't. I never used to draw the blood in color. I used to always take my cue from the old black and white zombie films and used to do all the blood and gore in grey. This one's probably a little bit lighter than I would normally use. I've used I think a level 4 or something. I probably use about a 5, maybe a 6. And then what you do is just splatter kind of blood and gore everywhere where there would be lots of it. So you can see on this arm, I'm kind of filling in the whole thing. He'd have a bit of gore around his mouth, some on his hands, and then I like to also, like, ties should be black. If I hadn't kind of already put some blood splatter on his pants, I might have made his pants black. Usually he would have black pants. We kind of abandoned it a little bit as far as white pants with a white shirt. We fill in the blanks. Put Bob's name in there. There should be some gore and guts on the ground as well. I like to kind of stick things into them because they survived it. For some reason, a little bit of thread going off them. Add a little bit more kind of stipple to the gore. A couple of rough points, so it looks like he's been through the wars. Color in the shoe, trying to balance out that tie, and then kind of color in the gore again, just to add a little bit of depth. And that's really the process that I would do to draw Zombie Bob. There he is there. So it's, yeah, I kind of really enjoy kind of drawing zombies, although I think I did way too many of them. So that was sped up, I think, twice. It's a nice, quick, simple one again. If you like it, please subscribe to the channel. You can also visit leedrawstuff.com for more stuff, or sign up to the Patreon to get my daily journal and early access to stuff like this. Thanks very much for watching.